Welcome to another recap. Today we're diving into The Monkey, a grim, bizarre descent into chaos, based on a short story by Stephen King. Let's get into it. In 1999, a man named Petey Shelburne, looking like he just stepped out of a crime scene, walks in an antique shop holding a wind-up monkey toy that claps tiny drums. Petey is not interested in store credit or haggling. He wants this thing gone. Forever. The shop owner points to a sign that says, "No returns on children's toys." Petey, covered in blood and dread, insists, "This isn't a toy. It's a harbinger of doom. A furry apocalypse in miniature." The shop owner is unimpressed. Then naturally, the monkey starts playing its little murder drums. One ominous rat-a-tat-tat later, and the shopkeeper is disemboweled via harpoon gun. Petey tries to torch the damn monkey with a flamethrower, but then promptly disappears, leaving behind his wife Louise and their twin sons, Hal and Bill. Flash forward. His wife Louise is now a single mom raising the boys. Bill is older than Hal by 3 lousy minutes and has spent a lifetime using them as an excuse to bully him like it's a birthright. One evening, Louise tells the twins they'll inherit all their dad's weird crap one day. All of the cuckoo clocks, bonsai trees, and souvenirs he collected throughout the years. Predictably, the kids go snooping through Dad's junk and discover a suspiciously pristine box labeled "Organ Grinding Monkey." Like life. Inside the box is the same damn monkey. Bill winds its key. While Louise gets prepped for a date, babysitter Annie takes the boys out for dinner. And because this is apparently a group outing from hell, the demonic monkey tags along for the ride. While they're all seated at a hibachi restaurant, the monkey starts tapping its infernal beat from the car. Cue Annie's accidental decapitation. The chef, mid-teppanyaki flair, slices her head clean off in front of the kids like it's just part of the show. A true tragedy, especially for Bill, who was under the delusion that he would marry Annie one day. Sorry, Bill. Love is dead. Literally. The family marks freak accident number 1 with a funeral. Louise, ever the maternal rock, buys the kids some ice cream and casually reminds them that everyone dies eventually, so don't make it weird and dance it out. Back at home, the monkey somehow ends up in Hal's bedroom. Bill barges in to continue his campaign of psychological warfare on poor Hal. By the next day, Hal has had enough. After enduring more torment at school, he winds the monkey's key with one simple wish: make Bill go away. Permanently. Instead of eliminating the intended target, the monkey throws a curveball. Louise drops dead from an aneurysm right in front of Bill. Just like that, the boys are back in funeral attire, this time burying their mother. Aunt Ida and Uncle Chip show up. Hal, now fully clued in on the monkey's murdered order system and the brutal cosmic joke it's playing, decides it's time to end the madness. He hacks the toy to pieces. Disturbingly, it bleeds. With their parents gone and the monkey hopefully minced into retirement, the boys relocate to Casco, Maine to live with Ida and Chip. The vibe? Grim. Bill refuses to take off his black funeral suit. What's the point, he figures, when the next funeral is probably just around the corner. One night in their new home, the monkey makes a dramatic encore. Bill, ever the scientist of doom, winds the key, because what better way to prove the monkey kills people than by giving it another go? The experiments result: immediate funeral. Uncle Chip bites it in what might be the most creatively awful camping accident in Maine history. Trampled in a sleeping bag by 67 wild horses. Not shot, not mauled. Just flattened like a camping pancake. Gruesome doesn't begin to cover it. The twins, now seasoned in monkey-related fatalities, box the little freak and toss it down a nearby well. It can't be killed, but maybe it can be buried, out of sight, out of reach, and hopefully out of victims. For a while, it looks like their dark little plan might actually stick. 25 years later, Aunt Ida wakes in the dead of night to the unmistakable sound of the monkey's cursed percussion. Alarm bells ringing, both literal and metaphorical. She grabs her handgun and sweeps the house like a woman who's seen some things. The sound leads her to the basement. The monkey music grows louder, then cuts out suddenly. Ida, undeterred, descends into the darkness. One wrong step and snap. A stair gives way, sending her tumbling face first into a pile of fish bait hooks. She calmly plucks the hooks out one by one, pours rubbing alcohol on the wounds, and powers through like the badass aunt she is. But the house isn't done with her yet. She heads to the kitchen, casually fires up the stove, and in a spectacular display of Final Destination level misfortune, her head catches fire. Screaming, she sprints outside in flames, only to have her journey end with a death by real estate. Her flaming head lands clean on the spike of a for sale sign. Sold. Cut to Hal, now grown. He is paranoid and scarred. He works in a store and keeps his life empty by design. No friends, no family, just trauma and a fear that the monkey might come back and finish what it started. He tells his coworker Dwayne it's time to visit his kid, Petey. He only sees him once a year, and that's entirely by choice. His own. So he pays a visit to his ex's mansion. She's upgraded to a new husband, a smug lunatic named Ted, an insufferable, credentialed menace who's eyeing a full adoption of Petey. The kid asks a lot about Hal, because despite everything, he still sees him as dad. Hal's ex offers him a goodbye weekend. Take Petey one last time, then vanish. Hal protests. He doesn't want out. But how do you explain a demonic monkey that kills everyone you love? Spoiler, you don't. Cut to Ricky, a kid with a haircut from hell. He shows up at a yard sale, spots the monkey, and picks it up. Back home, he tells his mom the monkey reminds him of his dad. He also wonders where his dad actually is. Mom's more focused on whether Ricky still plans to sell the thing to the nut down the street. Meanwhile, Hal and Petey hole up in a motel. Petey's working on a family tree for school and starts poking around Hal's tragic past. He shuts it down cold. No siblings, no story. Hal's phone rings at midnight. It's Bill, still alive, still an asshole. He somehow tracked Hal down, thanks to the police. He tells him Aunt Ida is dead. Another freak accident. Bill is sure the monkey is back and wants Hal to go to Ida's house and find it before it racks up more kills. Hal isn't buying it. The call spirals into a full-blown sibling shouting match. Hal steps outside, brooding by the motel pool. That's when the next freak death kicks in. An electrical device falls into the water. A woman, completely unaware, dives right in and explodes. Hal watches it all go down. One more casualty in the monkey's relentless murder tour. Hal hits full panic mode. The pool lady explosion was enough to convince him that, yes, the monkey is back and the body count is just getting started. He shakes Petey awake in the middle of the night, packs their stuff, and they bolt from the motel. In the car, Hal tells Petey his Aunt Ida died and insists on taking Petey back to his mom's place. But Petey, who's no fool, drops the bomb. He knows about the adoption plan. He begs Hal to come with him to Aunt Ida's house. At least spent their last weekend together. That gets through. Hal caves, and they head back to the motel. Final doomed road trip. Here we go. The next day, they arrive at Aunt Ida's now vacant house. A perky real estate agent named Barbara greets them and casually mentions Hal's brother. Petey, understandably, is pissed that his dad lied to him. Inside, Barbara fills Hal in on the delightful pattern forming in town. Since Ida's death, one person has died every single day in increasingly ridiculous freak accidents. Death by lawnmower, coffee machine, facial steam burn, snake. They tour the house, and Barbara opens the basement door just as Hal hears the monkey's death beat. Before he can do anything, a shotgun falls and fires. Barbara takes the hit. Hal gets painted in blood like it's prom night in a slasher flick. Cops show up, assess the scene, and hit Hal with a familiar line. Don't leave town. After the cops leave, the landline rings. It's Bill, just casually checking if they're still alive. Hal tells him the monkey's gone, vanished into the chaos of Aunt Ida's yard sale. It could be anywhere. Bill, ever cryptic and annoying, tells Hal to go back to the motel and wait for his signal. Hal starts putting the pieces together. Bill might be in town. Suspicious, Hal digs out a phone book and starts combing through names. Shelbourne, nothing. Then he spots a listing for Mrs. Monkey. Curious, he dials. A voicemail plays, Bill's voice, smug as ever. letting the world know he found his toy monkey. Plot twist, Bill had the whole damn time. Montage time, Bill's twisted version of events. The second the monkey hit the bottom of the well, Bill knew Hal had turned the key, knew that's what killed their mother. So he went back, tried to retrieve it, but the monkey was gone, vanished like it had a schedule to keep. Still, Bill waited, patient, obsessed. The signs started small, but he saw them. He knew the monkey would return, and when it did, he knew exactly what he had to do: kill Hal. Back in the present, he winds the key again. Cue another death. Dwayne, Hal's co-worker, bites it in true monkey fashion. Then Ricky shows up at Bill's place. He wants to return the money, get the monkey back. Bill shuts him down hard. He hired Ricky to find the monkey, not fall in love with it. Ricky, humiliated and furious, tries to kick down the door, and fails. So he storms back home and grabs a gun. Back at the motel, Hal wants to get Petey out, back to his mom, somewhere not surrounded by demonic death toys. Petey has had enough. He thinks Hal is just trying to get rid of him again. He locks himself in the bathroom. Hal calls Bill. It is not a heartwarming chat. Hal knows Bill's been winding the monkey's key, stacking up innocent bodies just to get him. Hal begs. He just wants to keep Petey safe. Bill, cool as ever, lays out his twisted logic. The only one spared is the one who turns the key. If Hal wants Petey to survive, he needs to deliver him, so Petey can wind it. Hal is horrified. Absolutely not. Bill doesn't care. He threatens to keep turning the key until Hal dies, no matter how many others have to die first. Back in the room, the fight between Hal and Petey blows up. Hal finally cracks. He tells Petey he's not avoiding him because he doesn't care. It's because he does. Petey is precious. Being near Hal isn't safe. Right then, there's a knock at the door. Hal opens it. It's Ricky, dressed like a cop, armed with a gun, and completely off the rails. He levels the weapon at them and says that they're all going for a ride. They stop in front of a house. Hal squints at it and wonders whose house is this. Ricky scoffs like Hal's an idiot and says that it's his brother's place. Hal tells him they're estranged. It doesn't matter. Ricky's on a mission. He orders Petey to head inside, play nice with his uncle, and bring back the monkey. Petey, bewildered, asks what monkey. Cue a heated monkey debate. Hal warns it's no toy, it's straight-up Satan in plastic form. Petey fires back that Hal's been a deadbeat dad, all because of a damn monkey. Hal, panicked, says they need to stay away from it. Ricky has no patience left. He points the gun and shouts at Petey to crawl through the dog door and get him the damn monkey, or he'll shoot them both. Hal, with his final dad wisdom, tells Petey, whatever you do, don't turn the key. Petey slips inside and starts creeping through the house. Back in the car, Ricky launches into a monologue about his own deadbeat dad. A perfect bonding moment if he weren't holding them at gunpoint. Overhead, a wasp's nest hangs ominously. Inside, Petey finds Bill, monkey in hand. They talk. Bill explains it used to belong to their father Petey, a pilot who brought it back from who knows where. He tells Petey to turn the key and see what happens. Petey hesitates, but he is curious. Then he winds the key, and the monkey starts drumming. Outside, Ricky scratches his head, finger on the trigger, and, oops, accidentally fires. The bullet shatters the car window and blasts through the wasp nest overhead. Nature strikes back. A swarm of furious wasps dives straight into Ricky's mouth. Ricky is no more. Hal bursts into the house, calling for Petey. Bill, now in full meltdown mode, demands Petey wind the key again. Petey refuses. Bill slaps him, snatches the monkey, and in a pathetic frenzy, tries to force it to drum, without even winding it. He shoves its arms up and down like a mad puppeteer, screaming at it to kill Hal. The monkey has had enough. It throws Bill across the room like garbage. Petey flees to find Hal. Then the drumming escalates. The monkey goes full apocalypse mode, its beat now uncontrollable. Death rips through the town like wildfire. Buildings blaze. Corpses rain from the sky. Chaos reigns. Hal and Petey find Bill, broken and done. He finally surrenders. The twins have a moment. They grieve their mother, apologize, acknowledge the damage. Hal tells him it wasn't anyone's fault. She was his mom too, and he understands the pain. They reconcile. Then the monkey beats the drum one last time. A bowling ball, engraved with their mother's name, rockets through the air and takes Bill's head clean off. Family therapy concluded. Then Petey and Hal drive through the smoldering ruins of the town. Petey notes that Uncle Bill pretty much killed half the town. Amid the ashes, they silently accept their grim new reality. As the monkey's owners, they're now the reluctant custodians, tasked with making sure the key never gets wound again. As they roll past the devastation, a pale, black-eyed man on horseback rides by, giving them a knowing nod. Hal, suddenly resolute, turns to Petey and suggests they go dancing. Because if there's one thing Luis loved, it was dancing. Petey, surprisingly on board, agrees. The show must go on. The end. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Until next time.